Hey everyone, Charles Stevens here, coming to you from Vienna, Austria, with this week's Words of Wisdom. And I cannot think of a better place to wrap up 1 year of this weekly video series. And I'm going to focus it on influence. What does it mean to leave a legacy of influence? Well, there's a great example of that right here in Vienna. On Saturday, my wife and I took a tour of the Schönbrunn Palace and found out some fascinating details about its history. And in the halls of that great palace was a figure who transformed an empire, not by seeking immortal fame, but by uplifting those she ruled. Maria Theresa. Maria ruled the Habsburg monarchy for 40 years, 1740 until her death in 1780. She stands out as a major figure in women's history. In addition to leading a country, she also gave birth to 16 children with her husband Francis I, striking a balance between ruling and raising children. She once said, "If I could wish for immortality on earth, it would only be for the power of relieving the distressed." She actually ascended into power of the Habsburg monarchy in 1740 after her father, Charles VI, died, and amid the War of the Austrian Succession. That really tested her reign. Yet her greatest influence unfolded not on the battlefield, but within the halls of governance. She restructured the empire's finances, establishing stable funding and reducing the power of parochial estates. From that, a reliable state system emerged. She rebuilt the military by founding schools for officers, and a modern army began to take shape. But perhaps her most transformative legacy was education, something near and dear to my heart. She mandated primary schooling, elevated literacy, and trained teachers, lighting minds rather than merely maintaining control. And in matters of justice, she abolished torture and codified criminal law, which brought dignity and fairness to governance. You see, her influence wasn't rooted in authority alone. It extended through institutions, ideas, and compassion. She didn't seek to be remembered. She sought to relieve suffering, to build a state that endured. And that's the power of influence. So here's my challenge to you. Reflect on your own influence. How will you be remembered? Will you build systems, uplift others, and relieve the distressed? Who will you empower? Will you produce other influencers? Your legacy begins today. What will your legacy of influence be? In October, I'm going to lead a 4 free-week session on living a legacy of influence. Send me a message for the details and location. That's all for this week's Words of Wisdom. Have a great week.